Girl, you act like all I want to do is just a zoom, 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 and you boom, boom. Just shake your rump. Happy Thursday out there, Jeromes. Everyone, everywhere. It's the Daily Jeromes live stream coming to you on a Thursday. And a weird glare going on right now because the sun, so I got the windows open. The sun is just hitting the truck just perfectly so that we have an absolute glare coming in. It looks like I have that condition that Michael Jackson and Sammy Sosa has. It's very light skinned right now. I look like my kids. But man, thanks for coming along. An hour, but really 45 minutes, but really like half an hour of Vikings talk. We got Q&A. We got a lot of stuff going on. We got the Riley Reef pay cut details are finally in. It's a conspiracy, man. It's gonna be good times. Live chat, you guys are the best. Thanks for coming along. Check out the Discord, top left corner. We got 100 and like a bajillion, basically a bajillion. I think we have 160 Jeromes up in the Discord right now. Basically a 24/7 chat. Good times. Yeah. As well as check out purpleftow.com/support. Support our sponsors because they support us, as well as support yourself. Big time discounts on some supplements, as well as a mattress from Lisa. All right, hammering through. Man, it's a good day today. It is good. Actually, let's start recording this. Man. We're going to start including the live stream on the podcast, so that's always fun. So, first question, W. Robbie. Does anyone else think the media is stupid for getting mad at Kirk? They blew what he said out of proportion. Well, like we said on here before, there's a large percentage of the national media, even local media, that is rooting for the season not to happen. And, part of it is it their political point of view? Maybe they could score points for their side if sports don't happen. Could cause disarray in the election that's coming up. It's possible. Is it a little bit being... It's funny because they're always the ones that talk about, hey, believe science, but now that the numbers are coming back... and what Kirk said wasn't necessarily unreasonable because everyone ran with the if I die, I die line. And... a lot of people ran with it. It was completely flippant. It's like, oh, Kirk Cousins doesn't care, blah, 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 blah. But no, he said that he still wears a mask out of respect for others. Still, I'm sure he still follows the same guidelines, social distancing, blah, 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 blah. But Kirk has an attitude, I think that's actually really good. And I think that it applies to a lot of things where you can't be completely 100% safe from coronavirus, as well as if you do get it, if you're one of the very, very small, minuscule minority that has symptoms and has severe symptoms, it is what it is. There's really nothing that you can do about it, right? It's like saying things like, hey, well, what if I get hit by a bus today? Well, the chances there, you can try and safeguard yourself from it, but if it does happen, it happens. Or what if my aortic valve decides that, hey, I'm gonna take a 5-minute smoke break. Best of luck to you. Then it's done. Yeah. W. Day Robbie. Will BC get more touchdowns than Jefferson? BC Brigade. I think it's a possible where you could see BC gets more touchdowns, Jefferson gets more targets, catches, and yards. I mean, based on nothing, but it certainly is possible. Next up is John Mayer. Oh, also we asked, what's your boldest Vikings roster prediction? John Mayer, Garrett Bradbury's going to score a touchdown this season. Chase and Gelke. They cut Cousins and bring back Ponder. Ponder technically won a Super Bowl with Gary Kubiak in 2015 because he was on the Broncos for like a week, maybe 2 weeks. Oh, Preach Ball's back in the chat. What up? So I wonder if he ever got a Super Bowl ring from that. Because that was during the stretch of time. Because that was during a stretch of time where Peyton was falling apart, as well as they were starting Osweiler, and also the backup, I believe, was Trevor Siemian. And some teams also I don't like forums, man. Will Christian Ponder get a ring? All right, so this is Broncos Reddit. No, he isn't on the team. He was for a week or two. Yeah, I always love just on the internet like the airtight logic. Like, no, he wasn't on a team. He was for a while, but he probably doesn't have one. Also, I think Ponder's prideful enough that he probably didn't take one, but I would have been fine with Ponder as a backup, except you can't do that with a former first-round pick. You just can't. Even though I think if Ponder wanted to play beyond the Raiders, because he was out in Oakland for a hot second, right? He could be in the league right now and be a Sean Mannion, be a Chase Daniel-esque backup, and he would be fine in that role. Skull Lee. Remember when we thought Kirk was be one of the players to opt out? I actually like this Fearless Cousins. Yeah, I mean, well, you become fearless when you're behind this Vikings offensive line. Jesus, take the wheel. It's a good song, man. Pulford Skull. Andy, you need to get a shirt on the press ASAP. Says Primetime Kirk at the top, and the picture of the Instagram him and Drago combined at the bottom. It says I die one time. Then on the back, add brand purple for the win. Then we can mail one to Kirk. Actually, I feel like just the Kirk Drago. If I die, I die. We don't need Primetime Kirk. We all know that he's Primetime. Sam Maros. When will Yannick start practicing with the Vikings, and will he play week 1? I believe he's in the building today. I believe it's been reported he passed COVID protocols. He's got his actual press conference on Friday. Seahawks is signing DeMontre Moore. So, oh man, if I could find this. I always love this anecdote of how stupid mock drafts are. Yeah. No. Wait. Come on, it's a 2013 2.0. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this was it. All right, so 2013 mock draft. This was the worst, one of the worst top-end drafts in NFL history. It really was. Because, remember, this is the one where E.J. Manuel and Geno Smith were the top quarterbacks. Geno Smith, this is how completely aloof he is. So Geno Smith wore a Kansas City Chiefs red tie to the draft because he expected to be the number 1 overall pick. Wasn't even picked in the first round. He left. He didn't even come back to the green room for round 2, which that's a big character red flag for me, man. It's like you're going to come back after you're not going to come back after you face just a little bit of adversity. So this is Mel Keiper's mock draft 2.0. This is in February. So this was just after the Super Bowl. This was after the Senior Bowl, before the Combine, before the Pro Days and whatnot. And so Jokel, number 1 to the Chiefs. Jokel, I believe, went 2 to the Jaguars, who was a train wreck. But at 2 to the Jaguars, he had DeMontre Moore. Now, DeMontre Moore ended up being a 3rd-round pick to the Giants, and DeMontre Moore is bad. So how do you go, like, honestly, how do you go in draft season from the number 2 projected overall pick, a guy who's been there, done that, gotten the T-shirt, Mel Kiper, and again, respect for Mel Kiper, but this really speaks more to the absolute crapshoot of the draft, because you don't know what these 32 harebrained GMs are going to do. Like, also, you don't know who's going to come up to Jimmy Haslam, owner of the Browns, and be like, some homeless would be like, draft Menzel. So, DeMontre Moore, that's why he went 3rd round, 2013 to the Giants, pick 81. So, how do you go from number 2 overall to 81? Huh? Also, this was I believe this is the draft. Oh, we can't get the full draft? But, yeah, this 2013 was the draft where Sharif Floyd, still my guy forever, was projected by a lot of outlets as a top 5, at minimum top 10 pick. So when he fell to the 20s to the Vikings, everyone's like, ha-ha! And, God, he was just scratching the surface of that damn potential, and then that botched surgery. And as well as, I'm still mad at Zimmer for basic... All right, so Zimmer always likes tweaking dudes with injuries, which is something that I don't like about him. But, let's see. Yeah, he'll play week 1. Also, he's number 91 now, which is fine. Yeah, Jalen Holmes, he was 92 his first 2 years of seasons. And he's like, aha, my time has come. I was number 11 at the Ohio State University. I'm going to take 91 because it's close to me. And then Yannick like, nah, bro. So now Jalen Holmes, number 90, recently vacated by Stacey Keeley. So, Holmes going to be, 89 next year? David Morgan? Shoot. Joel Boltman. My original projection was the Riley Reef pay cut falling through and still being released. However, in light of recent news, I'm going to go with the Vikings carrying 11 offensive linemen and 11 defensive linemen. It's possible. Let's see. We just put out our last second emergency 53-man rooster projection, and I could see a good case to be made if the Vikings carry 11 offensive linemen, potentially 11 defensive linemen. I think it's more likely 11 O-line than D-line, but yeah, because I mean they can skimp. The new practice squad rules are great. 4 extra spots. Well, actually 6 extra spots as opposed to last year. But yeah. They can save a roster spot at quarterback, keep 2. Save a spot at tight end, keep 3. Save a spot at linebacker, keep 4. Yeah. So, yeah, I think the Vikings may keep it more linemen than you think on both sides of the ball, as well as I think they might keep 7 cornerbacks and 4 safeties, so 11 DBs total. Pulford Skull, Primetime Kirk has lit the internet on fire, and I love it. Some good points have been made about his confidence and swag. McAfee's gave him all the praise. Well, all right. Mike Flores said if he's really... this way now, if I die, I better go out and throw into double coverage game in and game out. Wins the season. Yeah, YOLO Kirk, Angry Kirk might be the best Kirk. Charlie Boltman, can you react to the best commercial ever shot in the Kirk Cousins Cypress Seating Air commercial? Tried posting the link yesterday, but was removed because of the link. Yeah, we'll do that a different time. World 2 General Vince Vaughn. They bring in Brett Favre 2 days before the Packers-Vikings game. He slings it like the days of old while being covered in icy hot pads. It's actually a good question. Who would you rather have start a game, Brett Favre or Sean Mannion? And beyond just sheer entertainment value, but giving you the best chance to win that day. Because Brett Favre is 50 now? Yeah, it's got to be 50 because he was 40 in 09. 50. Right in the nose. Also, he was the only grandfather to play in the NFL, which is just funny. Next up is Tree J. Also had to drop some love in the Venmo for the Vike Flair video. Thank you. I put this on when I wake up in the morning, give myself hype. Oh, he's got the Vike Flair avatar. That's weird because there's a couple of accounts that have my picture as their avatar, and it's just, I don't know, man. My extremely minor internet notoriety is weird. Nick Doroff. All 3 of the backup quarterbacks cut. Browning and Stanley to the practice squad. Mannion to the district manager position of waste management because he is trash. Hey, he's going to have to work his way up, man. He's going to have to start as a residential hauler just like everyone else. If you were a player in the following positions, who would you choose? If you were a player in the following positions, which number would you choose? Oh, okay. Quarterback. I thought 12 was the best quarterback number. I'm going back and forth. I really like 19, even though, who's the last good quarterback to wear 19? Johnny Unitas? Really might be it. Actually, let's look that up. 19 QB. Dun, 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 dun. This is what I do in my free time, by the way. Oh, John Skelton. John Helton Skelton. Oh, Keenan Reynolds made 19 look good. Oh, Bernie Kosar? Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, yeah, I forgot Montana wore 19 in Kansas City because out of respect for Len Dawson, who wore 16. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like 19. Fullback. I picked 38, mainly because I want to cleanse myself of the memory of Mahu Nahu Mahu Hahu Mahu Fahu Tahi, Mr. 12th Man. Left tackle. I feel like 75 is a good left tackle number, even though Matt Khalil sullied it. Also, I'm always partial to the number 73. I don't know why. Mainly just because it looks odd. So, yeah, I like 73. Free safety. 47 is a good free safety number. You think of Joey Brown or you think of John Lynch. Yeah, I go 47 for safety, even though they're strong safeties. But I don't know. Punter. I wish you could do more college stuff because I want my punter to be like number 96. But punter, 1 works for punters, sure. Yeah. Next up, Nicholas Meyer. You need to make a "If I Die, I Die" merch. Kurt's probably already trademarked that. I would not be shocked at all. Maybe a Kirkish figure with a tin pot crown. Purple Vengeance. Actually, we should do a shirt about the Tin Pot Pizza Ranch dictator. So a tin pot crown, slice of pizza, an indistinct figure for copyright reasons with number 8. Purple Vengeance. Pat Elfline catches a touchdown on a flat route from the fullback position just because you don't like him. I think he'd drop it Green Mile or Shawshank Redemption? Pick one as your fave. Shawshank. So Shawshank, it's one of those TNT movies where I know that people don't really have this anymore since who watches live TV anymore. But as a kid, I just remember like we would turn on TNT or TBS or even USA. On the weekends, there'd just be good movies that you would just turn on and just watch. Shawshank's one of those. I like The Green Mile. I don't go out of my way to go see it. I'll watch it like maybe once every 5 years, and it's like, oh yeah, this is a good movie. Tom Hanks is great. James Cromwell was great. Michael Clark Duncan, rest in peace, was phenomenal. Sam Rockwell was great. Yeah, and that stupid mouse. Also, I want to know how long he lived. 200 years? God, I mean, that would be the ultimate punishment. Wouldn't it? Where you're blessed with long life and you think that it may be a blessing, but no, it's a curse, man, because everyone that you care about, your significant other, your kids, probably even your grandkids, you're going to watch die. And also, it's not like you stay able-bodied, in your 30s, 40s, 50s. You're old and decrepit, so you can't work, you can't do this, you can't experience life, you can't do anything. So you're just like in a nursing home, crapping your pants, watching everyone around you die. That's rough. COVID probably didn't even get Tom Hanks from The Green Mile. Brandon Lopez thought of a good nickname for Hunter and Yannick. Quarterback's going to have to watch out for Too Smooth. Donovan Lee, would you do a video going over the options the Vikings have now with this money and rivalry pay cut? Also, Irv will be the tight end 1 by week 4. I think it'd be the tight end 1 week 1, baby. Woo! Because I think both will get their snaps, except I think that Irv will out-target Rudy this year. And also, yeah, good idea with the money. Spartax JX. Hi, Andy. If by some miracle Trey Lance still available on the board when it's the Vikings' turn to draft next year, do you think Spielman will have the nerve to grab him? Probably wouldn't be a stir. Well, since the Vikings are going to be drafting 32, I don't think it will cause that big of a stir. But if somehow, some way the Vikings, they're not going to pick top 10. But say if they trade up in the top 10 and take Trey Lance, then it could ruffle some feathers. But also, I don't care. I don't care at that point. If you're a Packers fan and you're butthurt about your team trying to improve itself because you worship at the altar of Aaron Rodgers, get a life, man. No. It's all about the team. Players come and go. Team is forever. Gavin O. I saw something about a trade that was straight up Alvin Kamara for Dalvin Cook. What did you think on that? No. Even though Dalvin's had some health issues, when he's fully healthy, he is a true blue 3-down running back. Alvin Kamara is basically a glorified Darren Sproles. He was a situational player. He is a rotational player. He's a part-time player. He wants Christian McCaffrey money for doing part-time work. What is this? What world is this? He is basically Austin Eckler, except Eckler's actually good between the tackles. No, Alvin Kamara can just shut his mouth and earn his part-time pay. If he wants $16 million per year, the Saints should go to him as all right, so you only play half the snaps, so here's $8 million. Be happy. God, it's just so. Brian Kukin, Madison takes over as running back 1 role for the Vikings this season. Woo! You could do it. I do basketball. I've been saying this for a long time. I'll keep saying it. The Vikings will re-sign Josh Klein and move him to left guard. Yeah, I think Klein certainly is in the mix. Last week, we have heard that Josh Klein is firmly in the Vikings' plans if poop does hit the fan. Poopus is hitteth the faneth. All right, so let's go a couple shout-outs. Let us know where you're watching from, and we will give some shout-outs. Ethan Griffith. Road tripping to camp in the UP, Upper Michigan. Never been there before. Advice, tips, tricks. I haven't been to the UP either, but it's basically Canada. It is basically a wood of Canada. The difference between the UP and Southern Michigan, super different. But I do need to make a point to get out there because everything that I like in life is connected with Michigan. Skull Mitzvah. Also, I believe Joe Berger went to a college that's in the UP. I think Michigan Tech is up there. Let's see, Michigan Tech football. Michigan Tech is in Hooten. Oh, yeah. Not only is it in the UP, it is up there in the UP, son. Go Hooten. Hooten. Man, I want to go. How big is Hooten? Houghton. Population 7,700. How many students go here? 7,200. Wait, so the city doubles when college is in session. That's funny. Like, like this is so close to Canada that they definitely put gravy on their French fries. They're definitely into some poutine. Ethan, Skull Mitzel. Oh, have fun on the road trip. Skull Mitzel, does Sunday at 2 Central Time work for you at the fantasy draft? Yeah, I didn't even know it was Labor Day on Monday, but yeah, we'll be around. I got most of my fantasy drafts on Sunday anyway. Jojo Smalls, Saints are projected to have negative $78 million in cap space 2020. Ha, you get what you get. Mickey Loomis is a damn jabroni GM, pays his credit cards with his credit cards. That's what happens. Hashtag cap is a myth, except for the Saints. Rot. W. Day Robbie. Sean Mannion is named starting quarterback after Kirk. That's too far. It's too far, man. Jerome Jabroni. What's your favorite fast food restaurant? And my bold move is the Fadi DN2 Yannick DN3. Well, it might actually be that way when snap counts finish. Fadi's going to have his role. I mean, Yannick. I mean, hell, if they just play Yannick on passing downs, I mean, who's going to be that upset? Not really. It was like, oh, yeah, Yannick only played 400 snaps, but he got 16 and a half sacks. But people are pissed off because we paid him $12 million and he didn't stop the run. Yes, we're okay with that. Let's hear a couple shout-outs. And I'm rocking in the free world. Yeti Eddie, Hatfield, Wisconsin. What up? Is that near McCoy, Wisconsin? Fort McCoy. That actually makes sense. Actually, that'd be a great joke. Find out where that is. I'm looking up where you live. Yeah, if only I could work this. Yeah, it is. Yeah, kind of. All right. Let's hear. Mano Jikis, Skull from Austin. What is up? Drisky, representing Trempealeau, Wisconsin. What's going on? Purple Rain. What's up? Zach Ballas, Northern Colorado. What's going on? Stanley Steamer keeps your house cleaner in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm behind enemy lines. I mean, you're basically Chicago. I lump Milwaukee closer to Chicago since it's northern Chicago, but no. Preach Ball, hauling it for all y'all. Travel during daylight hours. Woo! Devin Croft, Skull from Brentwood, up to no good. I do basketball, Skull from St. Paul. What is up? Airstar. Rumad Mazel are the star from Dam near Canada, Rochester, New York. All right. Preach Ball's in Winston, Missouri. Show me. State. Rafael Barbosa. Hey, what's your connection to Brazil? Jiu-jitsu. That's about it. Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Although, man, I can't wait for my school to reopen again because shut down because of COVID. I hope I haven't forgotten everything. Jordan Bentley, Skull from North Country, San Diego. What's going on? Westworld, Skull from Kenosha. Stay safe. Lucas Rauschecker, Skull from Bavaria. What is going on across the pond? Ben Schlitter, New London, Minnesota. What's going on? What up? Kevin Valdez, Skull from Southeast New Mexico or Minnesota. Either way, awesome. Love to hear it. Thanks for coming along, Jeromes. All right, so next up is, favorite fast food restaurant. It's probably Culver's or Popeyes. And not the overhyped Popeye sandwich. I mean, the sandwich is a sandwich, but the chicken. Chicken's good. Ethan Griffith. Will Courtney Davis, Drew Samia, and Kyle Hinton clear waivers if they can put it on the practice squad? Davis, I think will. Samia, actually, I think will. Hinton, I think will. I think all three could get through. Gavino. I really like our wide receivers. I honestly want Holland, Sharp, Osborne, and Beebe to be our wide receiver 4. Wait, all 4 of them? Nah. Sam Morris, Irv Smith is named the starter week 1. I think that he'll be, a starter. I wouldn't be shocked if the Vikings introduce themselves in like 12 personnel. Like it would be Dalvin, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. Luke Zacher. My bold prediction is that Chad Beebe, wide receiver 1, have a first 3,000-yard season despite missing 2/3 of the season with a dislocated shoulder. Also, who would be on your all-time Vikings team, and where'd you rank them against the other franchises on all other teams? Wow, that's a lot of thinking. We'll revisit that. That could be a whole video for the offseason. Zach Ballas. Do you think Kirk Cousins is capable of playing the role of Batman? I mean, yeah, I think he'd do a better job than Robert Pattinson. Because I understand that he's done some good things since Twilight. He's by all accounts, he's really good in Tenet. He was good in Water for Elephants. He's good in the movie Remember Me, which I didn't like the ending of Remember Me because I feel like that really just cranked it on, like for the emotion, like kicked you in the emotion nuts. But yeah, he's still gonna be that stupid vampire. Yeah, I'm holding out hope. I'm reserving judgment. The new Batman trailer looks sick. I am more of a DC than a Marvel guy. And also more Batman than anyone. Yeah. Tevin Mabanefo. I haven't heard anything about Harrison Hand or Kyle Hinder in camp. What's the update on them? Harrison Hand, I think that he's a fringe roster guy. I think Neville Clark has pretty clearly outperformed him, but I wouldn't be shocked if he still makes the roster. Kyle Hinton, been working primarily with the threes. He's already got that man-sized NFL strength as well as movement skills, but they are bringing him along pretty slowly, which you understand, jumping from Division 75 or whatever Washburn is to the NFL. But, man, he's got the NFL body. He's got movement skills to thrive in the zone scheme, and give Kyle Hinton 2 years. Like I want to see what he's going to be. Also, Tevin, were you surprised the Vikings cut Jordan Fair yesterday? To a degree. Jordan Fair with Blake Lynch had a pretty good camp. I think they were pretty firmly in the linebacker 5-6 conversation. But also, like we said, just because they're cut now, I don't think that rules them out for being on the practice squad. I actually think that they may have done like Anthony Zettel a favor since he is a veteran, getting a chance to get out there, show his wares for another team before the deadline, before all the Mets happens on Saturday, Sunday. Brett Vuvuzelas, what is your roster prediction on Saturday? Pain. Yeti Eddie. Ken, what would you do if you were in charge of the Vikings cornerbacks? Would you get new people, change the depth chart? No, I like the cornerback room. I think they go 4 deep. Potentially 7 deep. There's a lot of talent in that room. Plus, they're all on rookie deals. Eric Hansen. Dalvin gets 250 more yards from scrimmage than Christian McCaffrey. Hunter and Ngakoue lead the way in sacks pressures. Still learning how to spell his name. Cleveland is starting left tackle by week 8. Vikings win 3 Jerome Bardys this year. Forget to comment, call Daniil and Yannick or the entire D-line Purple Rush or Purple Crush. Like Orange Crush was used. Purple Rush. Nah. I feel like we could work Purple Rain in there somewhere, but have it not be hokey, but I haven't thought about that yet. It's going to be rough. 15 Iron Reaver, Skull from Nebraska, Ohio. Those states aren't connected. High Flyer from Houston, Texas. What's going on? Luke Raymond, Maple Lake, Minnesota, watching while online school. Yeah, that's the thing about, kids can just distance learn. Bullshit. Yeah, you try and get a 15-year-old kid with an internet connection that is not monitored to be like, all right, yeah, we're going to do online trig while I'm at home. While I have the internet here, I have access to all of my Mountain Dews and Red Bulls and Bang Energies here. I have access to all my video games here. I have access to my terabytes of pornography here. Yeah, good luck. Good luck. But other than that, yeah, kids shouldn't be in school. God, All right, next up is Max Kellenberg. Now that we have some money freed up, what do you think we do with it? Save it. Maybe Josh Klein, but I think overall save it. Like, thoughts of maybe they'll go get Snacks, Harrison. If they do anything with the money, I think it'll be after week 1 because, of course, any vested veteran signed after that doesn't have a guaranteed contract. Brian Henning, how do you see the target share breaking down tight end? I think it's going to be 60% Irv, 35% Rudy, 5% Gronklin. Or maybe even 10% Gronklin. That doesn't add up, but who cares? RJ Free. Kirk will be dropped to trade for Rodgers by the trade deadline. W.D. Robbie, was the likelihood that Armon for Watts gets a starting nose tackle job? I think eventually throughout the season it could happen because, just every time 96 is on the field, he makes plays, which is really good. Charlie Boltman, was Zimmer threatening Spielman with Rashad Hill at right tackle just enough to stop Spielman from outright cutting Reef instead of offering him a pay cut? There was a bluff. It was a full-on bluff. You're telling me that a week before the season, you're suddenly going to upset the apple cart, move your one competent piece on the offensive line to left tackle, a spot, yes, he's played before, but has not played a down in the NFL, as well as you're going to start Rashad Hill. You started Rashad Hill 2 years ago. It didn't work out. What's changed since then except him getting older? What? It was such a half-cocked bluff charge. But Riley Reef and his camp fell for it. Well, they didn't fall for it. I think it's just more they didn't have any other options. Because that was a big pay cut. That was almost half of his base salary. So you know that his agent was on the horn on Monday, and it's just nothing was getting done. It's hey, Eagles. Hey, Chargers. Hey, Broncos. Hey, Team TBD. Ayo, can you do better than 1 year, $6 million? Stop laughing. Stop laughing at me, Howie Roseman. With your stupid cackle and your cankles. Click. No, just no. Next up is Haxi Lala. If the Vikings let Dalvin walk next offseason, which likely happens, I think they tag him. Who do you think they pair a Bam Bam with? Burke will love to pair someone like Travis Etienne if he's available. Etienne's interesting. I'm really not about that first-round pick running back life. I like Chuba Hubbard. I don't hold Chuba going public with his beef with Mike Gundy over that OAN t-shirt against him. I think that he's just a young kid who got emotional. It happens. But no, Dalvin will be back. Minimum franchise tag, but say he has an injury-plagued season. Hopefully that doesn't happen, knock on wood. They might even keep Mike Boone. Because Mike Boone's a restricted free agent next year, right? Mike Boone is a stud. Mike Boone's good. Yeah, because he's in year 3 now, so next year's going to be RFA. Yeah, there you go. All right, next up. Ben Niedenfuhr. Do you think it'll be Hughes or Gladney playing inside this year? Mostly Hughes. Gladney has gotten his feet wet, working some nickel with the twos. But, yeah, it's going to be mainly Hughes. Skull Mitzel. And also, remember, Mike Hughes is damn good in the slot because he outright won the training camp battle between him and Mack in 2018. And it was only Hughes' injury that allowed Mack to blow up in 2018 like he did. Skull Mitzel. It sounds as the Buccaneers could release Tyler Johnson. What? Should the Vikings sign him to the practice squad if he's available? Hell yeah. Because what Scotty Knight or who the hell's stepping up as wide receiver 3 of the Bucs? Tree J. Vike Flair starting right guard. That's not even that bold. I'd have to bulk up. I'd have to gain at least 120 pounds to beat David Dixon. Gage Sandin. Should the Vikings sign Sanu and Odenigbo will beat out Ngakoue? It's possible the latter. No with Sanu. Belichick gets a lot of credit, and deservedly so, for being a great head coach. He's a terrible GM. If you look at his draft record, Belichick is a piss-poor drafter as well. He traded a second-round pick for Mo Sanu. No. My God. Bruno Edwards, would you trade a 2021 6th or 7th rounder for Josh Rosen? Yes. Logan DeGraff, Dolphins are shopping Josh Rosen one time. Yes. I would give up to a 5th, by the way. Oakview, will Kirk Cousins win a Super Bowl because of no fans? I think it's distinctly possible. I feel like Kirk is going to be one of those Thursday All-Americans, one of the guys who just shine in practice, but in game time. Also, we signed Fournette to a 10-year, $10 million contract. All right, yeah. Jalen Holmes just tweeted out, hello, 90. And then he tweeted out, actually, I guess we can show this. Jalen Holmes, hello, 90. Angel emoji. Then got cash. So I'm guessing that Yannick gave Jalen a little bit of cash, as what usually happens with some of these number exchanges. I mean, what's gangster is that some teams will just reassign like the lower level players changing numbers, but yeah, it's cool that they came to some sort of agreement. It's actually way cooler when they have like a charitable component as opposed to like, hey man, I'll give you 30 grand for that number. You got those digits. Gosh, because what was it? In 2011, when Donovan Fat Nab came to the Vikings, because Kluey was 5 and they changed to 4, and his thing was like, give me an ice cream cone and donate to my charity, and then McNabb didn't. And then they got mad. Actually, let's look that up, make sure we're not slandering anyone. Let's see, Kluey McNabb number. Oh yeah, because McNabb got cut. McNabb promised $5 grand to Kick for Your Cure charity. Also about to name drop the punters band Trippin' Icarus in news conferences and buy Chris Kluey an ice cream cone. Ugh, man. Oh, it still hasn't gotten $5 grand. Kluey brought it up last week, suggesting McNabb, but that's all fixed now. All right, so he did pay. He was more than willing to donate the check. Like I said, I never got a chance to ask her. I was planning on doing it at the end of the season, except he wasn't on the team, man. Yeah. All right, so that's cool. Don McNabb. I think McNabb lives in the Twin Cities. I think he lives in like the Wayzata, Maple Grove area. I may be making that up. Actually, no, it's true because like people over at some of the Western Burbs lifetimes, McNabb will just drop in and play basketball every now and then. McNabb, he was a good quarterback, especially those Eagles years. Well, only those Eagles years, but he was a good basketball player too. Him playing at Cuse, Jim Boeheim, that 3-2 defense. Shit. Oakview. I am. Also signed Fournette to a 10-year, $10 million contract. Nah. Zach Ballas, Antonio Brown, Snacks Harrison. Actually, I don't even think that would be legal since that would lap over the league minimum. Antonio Brown and Snacks Harrison on the roster. Was Yannick snubbed from the NFL Top 100 list? Well, I love the schedule, by the way. Well, yeah, he did have a down couple of years, but mainly because he was facing multiple double teams all the time last 2 seasons. But nah. Bruno Edwards. I'm extremely disappointed the Vikings draft Nate Stanley and Brian Cole in the 7th round. I was advocating for Derek Tutska and Parnell Motley, and both had great camps. Sound like they're going to make their teams. Yeah, because Tutska's on the Broncos, I believe, right? And didn't follow where Motley ended up. Yeah, I'm sort of bummed. John Giggins, what number will Yannick Ngakoue wear? 91. Let's go. Kubiak's talking to the media right now. I mean, that's just great. That's a great tweet by Jalen Holmes. I love that. Let's hear. Bayo, why don't the Vikings use Ezra Cleveland like the Seahawks used George Fant against us last year? 6-man line, Irv Smith in slot, Thielen and JJ outside, and feed Cook and Madison the Rock. I don't know, because I feel like Zimmer puts the kibosh on creativity all the time. Because remember, in 2016, when Pat Shurmur, a.k.a. the tight ends coach, took over for Norv after Norv resigned, but really he was going to be fired. And remember, the first game against Detroit had a couple of really interesting wrinkles. There was like a run pass option there. I think there was some wildcat as well as goal line. You had Linval at fullback. And then after that game, Zimmer's just like, no more. We'll keep the wildcat because that's the only way that we can get credible rushing yards. But everything else is no. So I think overarching is Zimmer on the offense is just like, don't do anything fancy. Turtle 553. Either a 3-year NFL vet gets cut trade or Courtney Davis makes 53. Also, who is more likely to score a touchdown this season, Daniil, Yannick, or Browning? Skull. I mean, Daniil and Yannick are both great at strip sacks. I guess I'll give the edge to Daniil because he is a touch faster. Yeah. Sam Morris, Drew Samia's cut. Yeah, that would hurt me. Baby, don't hurt me. All right, so that is it. That is the live stream for Thursday. Remember, tomorrow we are back 9 a.m. Central Time as we are on all the Fridays. Join the Discord. Join the Survivor League. purplefww.com/support. All of our great sponsors. Support yourself by supporting them, and they support us. Everyone supports each other. All right, we'll be back tomorrow. Skull, production value. An awkward look away as I end the stream.